I'm Viv and this is our baby. We are almost 37 weeks pregnant, so we thought it would be good to tell you a little bit about our birth preparations and what we are doing to prepare for this big day. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe.
Hi guys, I am Jo, aka the birthing partner and also his wife.
So let's get into it. You start.
So the very first thing we did was very early, was like second trimester, we watched the Hypnobirthing course by the Positive Birth company, and this was literally life-changing because birth is depicted as this like horrific, terrifying thing in TV, and like everything we knew about it was kind of super scary. So this was this first thing we did that really calmed us down about what birth really is and what we really should expect and how we really should think about it beforehand. And that goes for both V actually doing the most of the work here and me also as a partner. I kind of had this feeling like I am a little bit useless in the moment, you know, that this person I love the most is in pain and there's like literally nothing I can do to make it any better. And doing this course just gave me a lot of tools that I can use to help and support Viv in the birth.
Yeah.
So this was super
helpful
to do.
And Jo was starting back then around the second trimester. She was starting to stress a lot with the birth, and it was kind of
which makes no sense because it should be you stressing, but
I was also a bit stressed, but I could see that she was getting afraid, and it was kind of this taboo topic in our lives, which I think it's not helpful at all. So it was so helpful, so nice to do this course, because straight away, I think after the first video, the first lecture, we were so much calmer about it, and actually our perspective about birth changed a lot. With this, we are not saying that birth is easy, that is not painful. We are not saying any of that, and we are not invalidating anyone's experience with birth that can be very traumatic. And I guess this whole the reason why we watch this video is because I'm literally trying to make my birth not traumatic and make it the best possible experience, with being a very powerful and intense situation for the body. So yeah, I just want to try to make it as good as it can be, or as not traumatic, let's say.
Oh, we'll see how it works out in
the end.
We will let you know how it helped us.
Totally let you know,
but
so far
it helped our mental health and kind of how we think about it. So it definitely lowered the amount of stress we have thinking about it. So it already was helpful. In that,
for the pregnancy, I think
aspect,
in that aspect it was already helpful for this part where in the pregnancy where you are anticipating this moment. So yeah, our perspective is totally different. It's much more positive. It's much more about being excited to meet our baby and for the whole experience, and to finally have her with us, and hopefully with healthy mom and healthy baby. So this was very important for us.
Number 2, the next thing we did was choosing our hospital. For most of the pregnancy, we were planning to give birth in like our local public hospital that we have in our city, and we also really like the doctor that we have in here, but after many months really of the talks and preparing for that, there were two main issues with that. Number one, actually one led to the other, to be honest. Number one was that I am, as a partner, not allowed to be there at all times, only in the moment of the active labor, but when the baby is born I have to leave and only come back, in the visiting hours. I can't be there in the early labor stages, so beforehand, and I can't be there to support V, which really made V stressed, that she'll have to be doing it for a long time alone, and then I'm gonna leave and she's left alone with our newborn and doesn't have any support.
I know that the nurses and the midwives are there to support you, and I was kind of okay with that. I considered it, I was fine with that, but I still, in the back of my mind, I thought that it would be so much easier if Joe was there. Also, with a moment for us three, because this is our baby.
Like the
and
first magical moments, you see your little newborn, and I don't want to be thrown out of the hospital at that exact moment when I really want to stay.
And this has become a little bit of a non-negotiable throughout the pregnancy. It's not that I couldn't do it or that has any issue. I'm sure that the medical team is amazing and they would help me, but again, I want to make this the best experience I can, and Joe being there emotionally is very important for me. And I also discussed with my friends that already had babies, and they said that it's very important to have your partner emotionally is very important.
And that we explained a little bit of the second reason why, which is we live in Poland, and it's not a guarantee that the midwife or the medical team that will be available at the moment will speak English, which wouldn't be that much of a problem if I could be there all the time, because I could just translate. But if I can't be there, then it makes a little bit of an issue. Mostly like you feel more stressed when you know that there's going to be a communication issues, or might be, so this is something we really want to avoid, which is why at the end we decided to choose the closest private hospital, because only private hospitals actually allow the partners to stay in overnight. So we just decided to go in with the closest private hospital, which is 2.5 hour drive away, and that's our current plan A. That the moment V gets the first contraction, we're just driving to the other city where our hospital is.
To summarize, this point is really finding an option that you feel comfortable and confident with,
and reduces your stress levels when you think about
to the max. Because we had a plan, we had an option, and everything was okay with it, but at the back of our minds there was issues with this plan, and there was things that we didn't like. So find something that makes you feel comfortable, relaxed, and that will give you more power and more confidence to go through this time. At least this is what I feel.
It's super important, so feel comfortable.
Feel comfortable and calm about it.
The next one is yoga and meditation, which we has been doing since the beginning and even before the pregnancy. And
actually right now I do way less yoga because I can't move, so
but more meditation, for example.
But I focus more on meditation and really building up my mental strength, and kind of connect with the baby, connect with my body. That really helps me. I don't know if you have tried meditation, but if not, you should really try. It helps relax a lot, it helps clear the mind. It's very helpful. Next thing.
The next one is that we already prepared our hospital bag and everything for the nursery, and we had everything prepped for the baby a month before. This was something that we planned since the very beginning, that 1 month before the due date, every single thing except for preparing for the birth has to be done, and it really allowed us this mental space to really focus on the birth. Yeah, so get everything ready.
Everything is ready, and it's about a month. It was ready about a month before, which is very helpful not to stress, not to put extra stress on us.
The next one is that you eat dates and drink raspberry leaf tea, which we found a lot of recommendations for.
A lot of people recommend it. I'm not sure if there's actually a scientific study proving it, but a lot of people recommend it, to drink this raspberry leaf tea and to eat 6 dates per day.
I think the amounts like vary in different sources. They tell you different amounts, but generally dates and raspberry leaf tea has been recommended to us by many people.
So shown to help, so we are giving it a try.
Yeah. We watch positive birth stories, and that kind of goes back to the beginning of the fact that I, for example, never watched birth, like a realistic birth video that isn't like a TV footage edited just for the audience. So every single thing I've seen before was kind of fake, so what we do now is watch the real stories, and we focus on the positive ones. Of course, we acknowledge that there is a lot of traumatic ones, but at this moment we want to just focus on manifesting and visualizing the positive ones, mostly just to keep our stress level down. And
also I think it's a personal choice, because some people really like to be prepared with any scenario, so they like to see the
what happens in worst case scenarios.
Worst case scenarios, and I'm not one of those people. I really don't want to watch anything that is bad. I just want to watch the positive ones, because for me, I think that I have myself, I have Joe, I have a great medical team, so at the end of the day, if it comes up to something bad, I want to feel like I trust the people that are around me, and we have a lot of advancements in medicine, so I hope that everything will be okay. And this is my personal kind of preference. I always try to see the positive. And that helps me personally. So this is what we've been watching and listening to, and it has been very helpful.
And the next thing is that we've been, for the last trimester and last weeks, every single day discussing the birth. Like Bea has been discussing with me how she sees it and her preferences, so if she's not able to advocate for herself, I can do it, so I know her preferences by heart, and we've been having a lot of conversations about that.
Yes, so we try to talk about it every day, also to check in on both of our mental health and mental situation in regards to that, and see if any fear has came up or something like that, and then we can talk through, and because obviously this is will be a very transformational thing that will happen. And
maybe you can tell a little bit about your birth preferences.
I of course I can, but not all. I wanted to say that it's not only for me, but for Joe. I will be there vulnerable. Our baby will be there vulnerable. So even for your partner, this is I guess a huge thing, and I'm sure they have feelings about it, so it's very good to talk about those feelings. And in regards to our preferences, or my preferences, I would like to have a natural birth, and I would like to have the least medical procedures possible, but I'm not against anything. I'm not against drugs or medication for pain relief. I'm not against anything, and I will always prioritize what I'm feeling, but not only that, what the doctors are recommending at the time. That is very important, and I think it's the most responsible thing to do. So yeah, that is my preference, to have the easiest and the least painful birth, but also I would love to be able to recover quite fast after. So I will take any recommendations from the doctors. They do it every day, so they know more things.
And the last thing we have on the list, which is super important, especially right now that we can literally start giving birth any day now, is that we always keep our house clean and organized, and we always make sure that V is napping and getting as much rest as she can. We just try to remember that we never know when she starts giving birth, and at any given moment to be as ready as possible in terms of our organization of the house and the energy levels that we
I have
both
to nap
have.
a lot
Yeah.
nowadays.
So that's something that I think is very important.
Just keep things organized, so when we are in labor, or I don't know, when we come with the baby, things are not all
we try to keep our laundry done, and clothes ready, just so we never end up in a moment where we go for the birth and come back to untidy house and a lot of laundry to do, and we were super exhausted when we were leaving. So we try to have that done.
True. So that's it. I think on our side, this is all the things that are important for us. Obviously, we don't know what will happen. This is impossible to predict. It's impossible to plan. We can only try to visualize something good and a good moment, and that's what I'm trying to do. So we will probably make another video saying telling you how it actually went, how things went,
and this is just a plan A. We know everything. We don't have control over, so this is just in case, in the moments we do have choices and do have control over something, we just do what we've planned. But
we can make
go with the flow
decisions, and that's important. But everything can happen, and we don't know. So we will see. We will absolutely tell you guys later. If you have your own story, if you have given birth already and you want to share with us, that would be amazing. We love to listen or read those stories. So do it in the comments or reach out to us. And yeah, that's it for today.
Have a magical day.
Have a magical day.